What's up? Trying to do my little shimmy. Trying to do my tray shimmy real quick. Now, how you guys doing? Let me see. Just got a text from Blake Bastani. What is he talking about here? How's the speed on this one? Try to go slow for the hesitation part. Throw out the defender. How's the rest? As long as you're going your fastest. I know that you need some people to correct you, but you should be able to see yourself. I know I can see myself, but only after I look at film. And nowadays, I think that I'm going so fast, and then I'll watch myself on film, and I'll be like, I'm old. Oh my God. All right, so watch yourself compared to like an NBA player, and see if you're going fast or not. All right, but again, as long as you know in your heart that every single second you're going your fastest, nothing else matters. Okay. All right. John just posted as much of my workout as possible, but my phone kept getting overheated. Yeah, just post as much as you can. It's all good. As long as we know that you're doing something, it's all good, man. Bucks in 6. I'm not sure about the Bucks, man. The Bucks will win. It would be really, really, really weird if the Hawks made it, though. I don't know. Anyway, let's start. We got our trivia question is on the UCLA Bruins today about their huge dynasty that they had back in the 60s. Yeah, and we'll get to that whenever the little timer tells me to get to it. Bucks in 5 or Hawks in 7? I would say that if the Hawks did win, I couldn't imagine them sweeping them or anything. I don't know. Trey with 48. He's a big-time player, man. All right. Quote of the day is, never, never, never give up. Okay, this one always reminds me of my coach. My first year in college, the guy that was from the Mavericks, and he came down to help his friend, Dale Lair, coach. And his name is Coach Peterson. All right, and this guy, he was a great ball handler, so he would have his ball handling drill, so I loved that. And he was like just a great teacher. Basically, he was like our head coach because he was like a better coach than the head coach was, but he was just the assistant because he promised him, if you ever become a head coach, I'll be your assistant. Well, in those years, he advanced to the NBA level, which is really weird because then his friend finally got a head coaching job at college, and he's like, I promised you, and he came back down. I went to church with these guys, and this guy was just like such a high integrity guy. It was awesome, but the main thing he did was he told stories. Like literally, like he would sit grown men down and just like tell them a story for their little session, I guess. There'll be groups of 3 or whatever, 4 rotating baskets, and at his basket, most players were just sitting down listening, and it was so inspiring. And he used to tell this one story about never, never, never give up. And I was walking through a hallway one time, and he was retelling that same story to a whole group of adults, because he's a speaker. He's like a public speaker. That's how amazing a speaker he is. And for this story, I wanted to try to tell it to you. I'm not going to tell as good as him. He'll be crawling on the ground during the story. It's crazy. But basically, there was this guy named Chubbs. All right, and Chubbs was a chunky dude. But he had a foot problem, and he walked with a limp. And he goes to try out for the cross country team because he's so fat that he wants to try to lose some weight. And the coach kept him on the team. I guess everyone just makes the team. It is what it is. And he would try so hard, and his grandma or something like that used to always say, never, never, never give up. Never, never, never give up. I used to always tell him that. So he never gave up, and he kept running. And he always come in super last place. And but the first time that he ran the race, he runs the cross country race, which is I don't know, miles upon miles upon miles. And they have the best runner in the whole city on their team, right? Because they all run it together, like 20 guys or whatever. And as he's running, there's this loop where you can kind of see people way behind because it kind of loops around. And Chubbs was last place by a lot, and the first place guy is pretty close to finishing the race, and he sees people laughing at Chubbs, and he knows that Chubbs tries his hardest and stuff like that. So he stops, does not finish the race, goes back, and brings his whole team back to not finish the race, and everyone finished it with Chubbs. And of course, there's tears, all that stuff. So then Chubbs gets better and better and better, and his last race of the season, he starts losing weight and starts running, and he came in third to last place. He didn't come in last place. It was the first race all season long he didn't come in last place. And everyone was at the line like cheering for him. It was just like going crazy. The other teams were probably like, what? Okay, but he didn't come in last place. And like that was like, Chubbs is awesome. So anyways, he graduates years later, like 10 years down the road. He's hanging out with some old high school buddies, and they go fishing off the coast of Florida. And in Florida, off the coast, it got kind of windy, and their boat overturned. All right, and they're like stuck in the ocean, and there's three guys hanging there, and they're like, hang on, and they're waiting for hours upon hours upon hours upon hours, and then like 2 days later, like the one guy just goes, I can't hang on anymore. He goes, hang on, and he just can't hang on. He falls, drowns. Then they wait like a few more hours, and then like Chubbs is going, just hang on, and then the other guy goes, sorry man, I can't hang on. He falls and dies. Then Chubbs, like 10 minutes later, after that second guy fell, 10 minutes later, he's hanging on with his 10 fingers, right? As Peterson would say, with his 10 fingers hanging on for 10 minutes later, helicopter comes and saves him. And as he's pulling him out, he's just out cold. He doesn't even know that he's saved. And they're about to they bring him to like the hospital, all this stuff, and he's just out. And they're about to like cut him up to save his life or whatever. And every time that they're about to cut him, he starts like mumbling like that, and they're like, "What the heck?" Okay, they close his mouth because people do that, and then he starts to cut him again. And he starts mouthing words again, and then they finally think he's trying to say something, and underneath his breath, he's just going, "Never, never, never give up. Never, never, never give up. Never, never, never give up," like that. So he wound up living and stuff like that. Now that guy tells speeches and things like that too. But yeah, that's the story. Come on, John. You know the word. You know the word capsized. Oh, did I say capsized? I didn't say capsized. Yeah, it's all good. But anyway, that's the Chubb story. Never, never, never give up. All right. Let's move on. That was a long story. All right. Moving on, we got Manu Ginobili layups, hand off to 2 shots, offensive free throw rebounds, side and right, 0 to 3 seconds down by 3 with free throws, 5-on-6 press break. And the one that we've already gone over these mostly, but I wanted to talk about the Manu Ginobili layup, and I wanted to show you guys some Manu Ginobili layups. I just went to his top 10, and literally it's all he does is the Manu Ginobili layup, except for a few times, of course. But here's the Manu Ginobili layup mix. It's where you go dribble with one side, then you score on the opposite side with the opposite hand, protecting the ball from the defense and use the rim as an ally. All right, let's watch it real quick. Here's Manu Ginobili.
The Pistons are dead last in defending the three. Prince with the turnover. Ginobili, oh, beautiful move and a foul. The great thing about Ginobili is you get a little bit of everything. Ginobili the other way. Oh my gosh! How did he do that?
Seriously, what are the odds that that's all he ever does in his highlights? Yes, the Manu Ginobili shot. I mean, I've seen him do it. I didn't no one ever called it that. I called it that because I always saw him do it. Now to watch the highlights, that's literally what he did a lot because he's such a smart player. He uses the rim to protect the ball from the taller defenders, and he's so sneaky like that. All right, a guy named Chubbs? Maybe the story's about him. All right. Anyways, let's move on. One was for the homework. Had it correct. Great job posting stuff, Blake Bastani and everyone else. Connor, for the athletic spin to reverse, that is different than our athletic spin to finish. Really, really weird. Athletic spin to finish is in and out between the legs behind the back to spin move, which you were doing, and that's right here. So great job with this. You are doing this move, but this move is different. All right. Now the one that we're supposed to do is basically the same. But what you're going to do is go in and out between the legs, and then instead of going behind your back, right here, you would spin. So it's in and out between the legs, spin, and then it's up and under.
I'm reminding you, trivia
Trivia time. I saw an Instagram trainer on Instagram try to teach the Manu Ginobili layup, but he did it so wrong. That's hilarious. All right, so know that the move that you're trying to do is a different one that we don't even have online yet. So maybe once you can do it, we can film you doing it. I invented that move, the in and out between the leg spin to air reverse, because I wanted something that Dylan, our old Dylan Devaney, I wanted something that he could be like inspired to like do in his spare time, because he's a very fancy player and I wanted to entertain him. So that's the move that we're doing. So it's in and out between the leg spin, not behind the back wrap, spin to air reverse, and you start from the wing. You start from the wing. All right. Anyways, let's do some trivia time. Never trust Instagram trainers. All right. So trivia time. We talked about UCLA winning 10 championships in 12 years. Yo, that's a lot. Now, I do like that the video talked about how it's never going to happen again, and not because UCLA is so great. It's because like players now go everywhere, not just one school, and because like players leave early to make it to the NBA. So like after they win a championship, why would they stick around? Like that kind of stuff. All right. But with that said, for this question, you only get one chance to answer. You cannot answer multiple because there's only so many options. Okay. So your first answer counts as your answer. So only get one chance to answer. Your first one is the only one that counts, okay? And here's the question. All right, now UCLA had a lot of great people during their run, all right? 10 championships in 12 years. They had the great Bill Walton, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and some other guys, right? But my question is this. How many of those 10 championships in 12 years, mind you, okay, how many of those 10 championships in 12 years did Kareem Abdul-Jabbar win? Mind you, they had to change the rules for Kareem to allow no dunking. During his career. How crazy is that? That was why you just said hook shot, whatever. How many champions? You only get one chance. If you list multiple, I only take your first one, no matter what. How many championships did Kareem Abdul-Jabbar win during his UCLA Bruins run? All right, what you guys got? I'm trying to stump Finn Kaufman here. And it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to stump Finn Kaufman. And no one else is anywhere close, and that is the right answer. Man, I'm so upset with myself. I thought this would be it. You basically had like a 1 in 4 chance, and I was trying to do a trick question because the reason why he didn't win 4, who knows that? That's not a question, but why didn't he win 4? Anyone know that? Put that in the comment section real quick if you happen to know. Why didn't he win 4? All right, great job, Finn Kaufman. Great job. I'm shaking my head, guys. You couldn't even throw out some guesses? Come on. Anyways, moving on. We got the image of the day is the shimmy. All right, it's the shimmy. You did it right away. The shimmy. All right, listen, guys. Great job, Trae Young, but we all saw that game, and it was like, it looks impossible that the Atlanta Hawks can win this. Because they're just, the Bucks are like chilling. They look so big. I don't know how much you can stop them, but maybe the Atlanta Hawks can pull this off. One win. But it was like, kind of like, okay, so it was weird. It was weird. I don't feel good for the Atlanta Hawks. And he shimmied. And not only did he shimmy, but if you look at the bench during that play, Giannis got mad about it. All right? Giannis telling his teammates that he shimmied. All right? And when you get Giannis mad at you, what's going to happen here? Look at this real quick.
Trae Young has the two-time MVP's attention. Look as he's trying to implore his teammates, saying this young fella is showing us up. He's out here doing the shimmy. Trae Young, all day long, knocking down this three.
So, I would say you don't want to piss off Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, but how about this big dude? You don't want to piss him off. I don't know what's going to happen. And that is the answer, Finn Kaufman. He couldn't play his freshman year because freshmen were not allowed to play. Man, Finn Kaufman, he knows basketball, dude. That's pretty amazing. All right. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I love how Trae trash talks, but you got to know who to trash talk. You can trash talk the New York Knicks. All right. I don't know if you want to wake and poke the sleeping bear. I don't know if you want to do that, but we'll see. He's a fun guy. I love Trey Young. I hope they win. That'd be awesome, but I don't think that they will. PJ Tucker had 35 minutes and 4 points because PJ Tucker hasn't been scoring and he's not used to scoring anymore. He was just happy he wasn't defending KD. But nah, they'll figure all that out too. They've come off a really, really hard series. This one was way different. They get to breathe now. I think that they're just like kind of like a little perturbed. Like they're like, oh my God. But Trey Young is almost impossible to stop on that little floater game. It's pretty amazing. So, yep. Anyways, trivia time. No, not trivia time. Commercial time. That's it. That's it. Thank you so much, Connor, for that commercial. You're awesome. You're a star. And I'm going to make you a movie star soon, man. I'm still putting together that whole movie thing. As excited as I am for it, I'm starting to realize how much work that real movies put in. It's so crazy. Like writing the whole script, like all the camera angles. It's so much stuff. But when I make this movie, hopefully it's a defining characteristic of my program and it's not crap. So, yep, that's what I'm doing. And, yeah, it's going to be crazy. Anyways, moving on. We have, where am I? Middle school. For the middle school workouts, we got 2-on-1 break, flares, baseline out of bounds defense, 5-second count extension, 49 seconds down by 3, 5-on-5, oldest versus youngest. Again, these are things that you could do. If you have any questions on them, you can ask them right here. But I will talk about the flare cuts real quick. Okay, if you look at the screen. We got flare cuts, and for our play, for our particular play, the way that we do flare cuts is we do a couple actually. We do one where this guy right here, he gets screened down for, and as he comes off the screen, and this guy will start to curl. If he goes up the top side, we will flare out to the corner. All right. That's one of ours. The one that we do for an actual play will be, and you can do this on triangle, where anytime that you come off the post screen. The one that we do for an actual play is when we dribble to one side or the other, this guy will drop down to the corner, and then this guy will come sprinting forward. And normally, we're here on the side. Normally, we're here on the side, and this guy will sprint up, and we'll give him a pass. But if we start to notice that the defense does what we do, and as he comes forward like this guy comes to right there, and they also go for the steal, right? If we start to notice that he's jumping that, we want his position to be right there. And what we're going to do is we're going to skew everything a little bit this way. So now he'll only dribble out to right here, okay, so that we can keep a passing angle. And then this guy will start sprinting up right here, and hopefully he starts to shoot the same angle. And when he does that, we're going to sneak around and set a screen. Now, if you notice, he's not low enough. What you want to do is fake the cut in and get in here. And if he doesn't follow you, that's a bucket, whatever, he'll follow you. Okay, and once he follows you and cuts you off, now we set a back pick on him, and we stepped inside, and then we step out and deep. So now he gets screened on the backside like that, out and deep, and then step into our shot. If we don't step this far out, he doesn't have a good angle to pass us the ball. Okay, so if we step to right here and then only went to right here along the 3-point line, like everyone likes to do, now we pass it. Now this guy can still steal the ball. Okay, so it looks like this. If I did it more full speed, I'm gonna show you guys a different way as well. All right, as he comes in, he goes like this and steps in for a curl. This guy circles around, steps right there on the 3-point line. Doesn't matter what this guy does. And then he sets a screen and he looks for it, and then when we lob it, if this guy does show, however, and this guy tries to do it, a lot of teams like to do a flare slip, then boom, you can hit right there. All right, now to watch that, John, my phone overheated again. What did I miss? You missed everything. You missed trivia. All right, but if you, let me see, if you look at the screen, I will show you guys some nice flare cuts from the NBA, and we can break them down real quick, okay? So, here we are, and the first one is with the New York Knicks. This one should be good. I haven't watched these yet. All right, that was for a flare option, but he did not take the option. He took the curl, so that one doesn't count to me. See where he is. That one counts. All right, so that's Melo coming over the screen, and he steps underneath the basket. And right here, his man has to make a choice to follow him, to go into the screen, or to go on the top. He chooses on the top, and the opposite side is where he wants to land. Now, if Melo came out here, that would be dumb, right? Or if he curled, that would be stupid. Since this guy's going over the top, now he's going to flare cut. And the big guy even changes his position, changes his legs to make the corner the best option to go to as well. Jason Kidd makes a nice pass right there, of course. Same exact play again. And again, another flare. All right, let's watch some other ones. Denver Nuggets, 21 Pop Fan. What is this one? Oh, that's a decent one. Oh, and then they backsided it right there again. Okay, so they did basically two flares. All right, one flare is off this pick and roll right here. And what they do is they just flare that guy just real quick. That counts as a flare as well. Anything that goes from outside to outside is a flare. He swings it. Back pick right there. Swings it. And then all of a sudden, he's gonna be right here. Big man's gonna come down and flare him out. Let's see what else we got. We got Detroit Pistons. That was more like a down pick for a big, not really a flare. That one's a flare. That's the more traditional one right there. Okay? So we'll end up, where was Pop talking? Right here. Pass it. Handoff, pass, and right here he's going to set him up. He's going to step down first. Boom, stutter step. It's a really bad angle for this, but since they're so tall and good passers, NBA players can make it, but I would rather be right here to make that pass. All right. He could have also stepped down further before he went off that screen to make it more of a circle. Because again, you don't want Dirk right here to pick that off. But anyways, those are all flare cuts. Let's watch one more. And that's a very traditional flare cut. Is that Patty? I said one more. We're watching two more. Same exact one as again right there. So again, notice his footwork. He steps under just real quick, and then he comes off that flare. And again, the defender, if he goes over, now you can just curl to the basket. So he kind of loses either way. Again, pass, step under, boom, flare cut. Look for your shot. All right, so that's our play. and we call that play scale. It stands for scalene, because all of our plays are about triangles and things like that. All right, let's move on. We got story of the day. Pay attention to it. Swallow your pride and just win. No referee has ever changed their call simply because they were yelled at. If anything, that only increases their resentment towards you and your team. Players miss shots, coaches make imperfect decisions, and referees miss calls. And frankly, you should only expect the refs to be as good as the players playing. Alright, that story is obviously for Finn Kaufman, okay? Stop being an idiot and arguing with the referees. Alright, it's all about impulse control, controlling your impulses, and realizing that there's a bigger picture. Alright, and now there is a cool thing to be about, like, passionate about the game, but if your passion interrupts the game, then you don't really care about winning. I mean, people just get teased and like they'll lose the game for the team. Who cares about your ego and your pride and them getting it right or wrong? It doesn't matter. I mean, stuff's supposed to be bad. It happens. So give yourself the best possible chance to win. Even if you have to swallow your pride and just take it. And you never know when you might get that referee again. And if he thinks that you're a good person, I mean, he'll see. People know that they make mistakes. You've made mistakes. All right, you want to be yelled at every single time? I mean, understand that people are human beings. All right. Do you mean run peekaboo shots as a play or just practice flare cuts? Well, we always do peekaboo shots off of our down screen. Anytime that you are down screen on any team, it's a peekaboo. You either curl or you come straight out or you go flare cut. So you just get open basically. So there's always an opportunity for our flare screen. It's the same as a cut, but we're going for a 3-pointer. All right, moving on. We got, let's see, where are we? We got high school workouts. We got 3-man weave, 1-on-1 alley, 4-on-3 scramble, and then patience 50, 0-50, 100, 0-3 seconds down by 3, and down by 10 with 3 minutes left. Again, do those things on your own as homework. Make sure that you post the homework online. All right, and the one thing that I want to show you was baseline out of bounds. For 3, I got this one dude just randomly showing you guys a play. Again, you can do whatever you want, but usually people do a box set. They try to get open quickly, try to pass it in, and then maybe a screen down if they have enough time. But if you're going for a 3-pointer, you got to be pretty quick and make solid screens. Let's watch this guy.
From a box set, this player's breaking out. This player is faking, a screen up this way or a screen up this way, and we're going to try to come back here and get the ball. Just a little bit of deception here, okay? If that's not open, and that happens simultaneously, the ball is inbounded here as this player breaks out. This player screens for this player, and we're passing up this way. Now, it is possible to pass from here to there if this player's not open. Just get the ball in bounds because the play is for the inbounder, okay, who, after passing, steps in, waits, this player comes, screens in, and we throw back here for the 3-point shot.
Again, anything's possible on out of bounds plays, but you got to do something quick. Those are just to give you guys some ideas. All right. Next thing is our challenges for our daily challenges. The one that I want to focus on today is the 12th grade challenge. For the 12th grade challenge, you guys are doing the workout card, and the workout card for a high school player is multiplied by 2. All right, so you're doing 100 push-ups. You're doing 100 shots, 10 minutes of jump rope, and 10 minutes of ball handling. Okay, so it's a harder one, and I think it was like for like a whole month. This challenge, if you happen to be a 12th grader out there. All right, the 3rd graders, you guys have trick shots for the whole month. So you guys are on day 26 of your trick shots. All right, and my hardest one, the hardest one I've ever done, I believe. Maybe the jump rope was, but this one is very, very hard, and it was to make 10 free throws in a row with both hands. All right, and I think it was alternating both sides. All right, watch me do that and try to do that. And again, I shot them well. This is on Instagram, and oh my God, I think it took me like an hour And I was like, at least I'll get better doing it, okay? I mean, so you have to alternate. I think it's make just 10 in a row, maybe. Is it make 10 in a row? What is it? 10 straight ambidextrous free throws. Yeah. It took me like at least 45 minutes. And you have to alternate shooting right, shooting left. And I just kept doing it. Oh my God, I kept messing up. It was crazy. You did that, John. You did that. Good job. Hey, you guys are on there too. So, hey, knock this one out. This one's a tough one. I bet you my form was better than yours, though. All right. Anyways, last things we have are, again, we have that camp coming up. I'll let you know more about that camp. It's a 2-day camp, 3 hours each day. It costs $40. But if you bring a friend, it's $25 a piece for the both of you. So it's 2 for $50 or 1 for $40. Basically, I had to finagle them on prices because they want 100 kids, so we'll get 100 kids. It's from 3 to 8th grade though, so no high schoolers. But if you want to come as a high schooler to come help us out, you can do that as well. If you're about to be a 9th grader, you can join. It doesn't matter. Doing this to get kids in our program, so it's just gonna be like more of a fun camp. And then we have 6:30 tonight. We just have half the court because some girls will all be shooting on the other side, but I will make the most of it, as you well know. All right, that college kid is coming too, so Con, if you're coming, kick the crap out of him. Make sure you guys play some one-on-one as well. All right, you guys go at each other. Cool. All right, Connor, it took me 5 hours. The yo-yo's too easy. Anyways, what else do we have here? The quote of the day. Don't forget the quote. The quote of the day is to never, never, never give up. So keep going, keep trying, keep striving, and you can do whatever you want in life. All right, you guys. Great job, and great job, Finn Kaufman, today for winning the trivia again. That means that I think whoever tries to beat you has to win out. We'll see if that happens. All right, peace, you guys.